Hola, this is Neft again, and today I'm in the boardwalk. Today I'm in the restaurant Malecon, one of the most iconic restaurants in Puerto Vallarta. It's been here for so long, and I'm next to El Rosita just for you to get you the idea where we're located. And right here, it's one of my favorite spots that I've been coming over for so many years. And today video, I have a guest, and today video we want to talk about something that is really, really important if you're buying or selling a property in Puerto Vallarta. And we want to talk about escrow accounts. And today I have Justin with me, right? He's going to explain to us how these escrow accounts work, and he's going to tell us experience about how do he deal with real estate agents and agencies here in Puerto Vallarta, and you get more information about this. So please keep joining us, keep with us in the video. You're going to learn a lot, and don't forget to share this video if you like it. And if you don't like it, keep it sharing it anyway, right? Okay, Justin, thank you very much for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate that you take the time and coming over and then trying to explain to people that sometimes it's afraid to buy or sell in Puerto Vallarta. Not only in Puerto Vallarta, in the whole bay. I'm talking about the whole Banderas Bay. Banderas Bay, it's between two states, or in two states, Nayarit and Jalisco, and we as realtors of AMPI affiliates, we work in the whole bay, and also we work in Chapala. Now we are okay to buy and sell in Chapala. Yes. So tell me about your escrow company. And guide it to everything that you have. I mean, explain me where you at, how many times you've been here, how many, not how many deals you've done, but tell me how the escrow company is. What is an escrow account?
So an escrow account is simply a secure way to manage the funds between a buyer and a seller that protects both the buyer and a seller in a purchase transaction. So even though it's a very simple concept, when you're buying a $300,000 condominium, you cannot overstate the importance of an escrow account.
Of course.
So my company's name is Alianz Escrow, and that's spelled A-L-I-A-N-Z Escrow, okay? We've been in the Bay Area for about 3 years, or we've been operating throughout Mexico for about 3 years now. I moved here in June of 2024. And I've been working in the Puerto Vallarta area since then. But we have presences throughout Mexico. We have established presences in Los Cabos. We have established presences in Puerto Peñasco, Rocky Point, Riviera Maya, throughout Costa Rica, the Caribbean, and other parts of Latin America as well.
That's great.
Our CEO and founder actually pioneered international escrow services. He's been in the business for 30 plus years.
Wow.
Offering escrow services throughout Latin America and the world.
I'm going to make a little pause here. So for those that don't know exactly, okay, what do I need an escrow account for? Okay, this is how this is how it's worked, right? If you're buying a property in Puerto Vallarta and you're coming over here and you say like, okay, how does this work, right? Basically works the same as in the States and Canada. Once you find a property or you tour around and you find the dream property that you're looking for, right? Let's say that you're buying a condominium right in the Zona Romantica for $400,000. I'm just going to throw a number, right? I don't know if it's $400,000 condominium in Zona Romantica, but anyway.
It's a nice one,
Yeah. What you got the condominium ready, right? What we got to do next, it's make an offer. Every price and the listing that we have here, it's subject to an offer. So once you send an offer and the offer is accepted, then what we got to do an inspection, right? Because we got to make sure that the condominium, it's in proper condition to live. If it's not, and the inspections won't tell you. We have a professional inspectors in Puerto Vallarta and the whole bay that we work with, and they're very, very good. They will give you a result of the inspection professionally, like they check the humidity of the walls, they check if the AC is working, they check there's no gas leaks or water, or that everything is working properly. So then after that, if something has to be done, he can deduct it out of the price of the offer of the seller, can pay for it or fix it, and then we can keep going. After that, it's agree and sign it. The next step is put a 10% deposit in an escrow account like yours. Why? Because we need to secure that this is going to be a deal, and this is to be serious, right? You put the 10% down in a third-party escrow account like yours. the money is right there. You are not giving the money to the owner at all, right? And the money is there until the day of closing. Of course, they got to put more money after closing, right? Or before closing, I'm sorry, yeah. So, for those that don't know exactly how it works, and you have questions that maybe in this video are not clear, please text me or send me an email. So, if you are in Canada, these people that they're buying this condominium and Zona Romantica, they live in Canada. They are in Canada, and they send us the offer, sign it by DocuSign or electronically, and they are in Canada. How do they send the money to the escrow account?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different simple ways. So some big benefits of working with an escrow company. Obviously, a lot of people think an escrow account only benefits the buyer, right? But it benefits the seller too. It is a secure transaction for both parties that protects the buyer's money. Obviously, we're not going to release the funds to the seller until all of the contract details are met, until we receive a copy of the final deed and the property is conveyed to the buyer. But it protects the seller as well, right? If for any reason the buyer decides to back out midway through the process, the seller actually gets that initial deposit along with the agent. So it's a big benefit to both. Now, if that person wants to send funds to us or to any escrow account, it's super simple. We provide wiring instructions. We have a secure online portal that we send that through, right? And that's really important. You want to make sure that you don't accept any wiring instructions by email, right? Email is the #1 source of what they call business email compromise, where, you know, somebody could easily change a certain number in the wiring instructions. And, you know, you hear about it happening throughout Latin America, through the US and Canada as well. That's a really quick way to lose your money. So do not accept any wiring instructions through text message or through email, right? Make sure your escrow company works with a secure encrypted online portal. So you accept those wiring instructions there, and then you simply go onto your online bank account, punch in the numbers, the routing information, put in the number, and send it off. And it's simple.
Okay, I have another question, because I have clients that they are Mexicans, right? And they say, I want my money in pesos.
Yeah.
Do you provide a exchange?
For sure.
Or do they have to go to their banks and send Mexican pesos to your account? How does that work?
So it's actually better if your money is not currently in pesos and you want the money exchanged, do not have your bank exchange those funds. And the reason why is they're not going to offer you as favorable of an exchange rate.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, because we are a institution, our banks give us preferable exchange rates as compared to the investor, the person that, you know, only does one transaction per 10 years. We do several per day, so we have more favorable exchange rates. We work with top tier banking institutions like US Bank in the United States. So the most preferable way, if the transaction is in pesos and your funds are from a different source of income or a different source of currency, send us that currency. We can receive it because we do have United States dollar escrow accounts, we have Canadian dollar escrow accounts, and we have Mexican peso accounts, which means we can receive all 3 types of currencies.
Awesome.
We receive them and then we exchange them at our more favorable rate. So that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, so that's a question that a lot of people ask me, because it happens that the owners of the condominium here, they're Mexicans, right? And they want to receive pesos. They don't want dollars, because they, at the very end, they will exchange that money in the future, and maybe the exchange rate will not be in their favor, right?
You know, bringing it up to that point, you know, I've also had, you know, customers or buyers that are really big investors and they want to play the market, right? They want to send the money, but they have this inkling or this feeling that the price of the dollar is going to skyrocket in the next week. So they need to get their money into escrow to comply with the contract details, but they don't want to convert it quite yet because they think there's a more favorable exchange rate. Because of the fact that we have those US dollar accounts, that we have those peso accounts, we have those Canadian dollar accounts, we don't need to exchange the money instantly. We can actually hold it for a week, we can hold it for 2 weeks, and then we can exchange it when you tell us and say, hey, the currency exchange rate is perfect, I want to lock it in, I want to go for it, we can do that.
So, but you wait for that instruction of the...
Okay. Now, generally, they just want to exchange it quickly, right? But every now and then, you do have that buyer that wants to play the market.
Nice. That's very important to understand that and know. Because a lot of people don't know exactly how this is going to work at the very end. If the seller is from the US or Canada, it's simple, right? If the seller is in Canada, they just send, you know, Canadian dollars, so there is no big difference, right? And they will have their Canadian dollars with no problem. So.
And another big benefit, and I apologize for cutting you off.
Go ahead.
So again, a big benefit of us having a Canadian dollar account, which is a little bit rare. You know, I know not many escrow companies have these Canadian dollar escrow accounts. Well, right now there's so many Canadians, right? There's direct flights from Canada down to Puerto Vallarta, so a lot more Canadians are coming down and buying properties. Every now and then you'll run into a Canadian buyer and a Canadian seller, and they don't want to ever exchange the funds to any other currency. If that escrow company does not have a Canadian dollar account, they will have to convert the funds when they receive it and then convert it back to Canadian dollars at the end. We won't have to do that, right? We can accept Canadian dollars, we can hold it for the entire 1 month, 2 month, 3 month process of the purchase, and then send them those exact same Canadian dollars without minimizing their funds.
Perfecto, okay. That basically solve a lot of problems, and it's easy. Buyers and sellers are secure, like you say. The escrow accounts protect both sides, so it's very easy to work with somebody like you that is very savvy in this matters. You've been working in real estate for a long time too in the U.S. You told me that, and I feel very comfortable working with you. We have a deal working right now, and also I like it a lot because besides all that, you love Mexico, and we were talking about Mexico, and you've been having. I mean, I'm jealous about how do you enjoy Mexico? You told me you went to Oaxaca for a while, right?
Yeah. I've been throughout Mexico. There's obviously parts of Mexico that I have not been to. I actually drove my truck from North Carolina down here to Puerto Vallarta back in December of 2024.
El loco.
Yeah, which was an incredible experience.
Awesome.
You know, as long as you plan, as long as you prepare, it was a beautiful drive, and it's one that I want to do again, to be honest with you, to see other parts of Mexico. But it's been an incredible journey. I mean, how can you not love living steps away from the beach? How lucky are we? We're so lucky being able to live so close to the beach. But not only that, everybody, there's the big debate, mountains or the beach. We've got both, right? We've got both. So we're only an hour and a half away from San Sebastian, which actually I'm going to tomorrow. I'm going to tomorrow. So Puerto Vallarta is that unique place where you don't need to sacrifice one over the other. Beautiful weather for most of the year. It gets a little humid during the summers, I'll be honest.
It's a lot of beer, man.
But you can always cool off in the ocean, drink a few Pacificos, and we're all good. But Mexico itself, you can travel throughout the entire country, and there's always a beautiful new hidden gem, or the people are wonderful in so many different. And it's such a big country. I travel for food more than anything. I'm a big food guy, if you can't tell.
Food lover.
It's such a gastronomy capital of the world.
So talking about food, when we finish this video, I'm sorry you're not going to be invited, but we're going to have huevos rancheros here and huevos motuleños at the restaurant El Malecon. This boardwalk this Malecon restaurant is open breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so you can come over here. You cannot miss it. Once you come to Puerto Vallarta, it's at the very beginning of the boardwalk. It's the first restaurant right in front of the Hotel Rosita. So you come over here, you will have the most iconic Mexican breakfast in Puerto Vallarta. Right in the ocean. What else you want?
Right across from McDonald's too. Skip that garbage. Come here.
Sure. Come over here. You're gonna love it. I've been coming here for so many times. I mean, he was telling me that he likes mole. Tell me about mole.
Love mole. Obviously,
explain what mole is, because a lot of people don't know what mole is.
Well, first off, I have never made it, from scratch, because I think it is impossible, and I don't think people actually make it from scratch. Right? It's impossible. It takes too long.
My mom make it from scratch.
Oh, I'll have to come over to your house sometime. That's incredible.
My wife also make it from scratch.
Dinner at Neft's house.
Come over. You come over one day.
I've made it from the paste, and adding the chicken broth and blending the tomatoes. So I've made it from that. But I'm very good at ordering food, not very good at making it sometimes. And I love mole, and I love all the different kinds. I will say that I prefer probably the negro. Because I love the chocolate. I love the sweetness. I love the spiciness. But the amarillo is very good too. And the, I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, the coloradito.
Coloradito,
yeah. That was close, right? That was close.
We're good.
They're all good, man. They're so good. It's just, again, incredible gastronomy that Mexico has. And there's everything, no matter what it is. Mexico is very good at,
you feel safe driving around, and
of course, Where
do you live here? You live in a You don't live in the tourist area.
No, so I mean, when I first moved here, I moved to Versailles, you
Yeah.
know, and moved into a nice little condo with a beautiful, like, high-rise pool, and that was incredible. Stayed there for a year, and then when I brought my car down, I realized, you know, I didn't necessarily have to live in a walkable neighborhood. I still do, but I didn't need to spend as much money as I was on that apartment, and I want to save up so I can buy a house,
Yeah.
you know, so I can buy a condo
I can
here.
sell it to you.
You can.
I got an escrow account company that we can work with. Yeah.
Perfect. Right now I live in a neighborhood called Colonia Santa Maria.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I'm not really good with street names or anything like that, so I can't give you the exact location, but I know it's kind of in the middle between the stadium, where softball and baseball and stuff, and the track, and then Versailles. So it's
Yeah.
kind of right in the middle of there. It's about a 30-minute walk, or no, maybe a 45-minute walk to the Malecon.
Maybe less.
Maybe a
Because
little
from
bit
my
less,
house
yeah.
is about 12 minutes walking from here. So
I've walked to the market in Zona Romantica before from there, and I think it took me close to an hour, and it's probably, what, another 25, 30-minute walk there
it's
from
an
here.
hour. It's an hour that you enjoy. You
And it's a
see
beautiful walk.
lot-
You get to
lot
walk
of
along
things.
the
Yeah,
ocean.
It's beautiful,
Yeah.
man. It's beautiful.
For sure.
I love it here. Yeah, and I don't know if you know, but 2 blocks from here,
Mm-hmm.
25 years ago, when I come over here, my wife and I, we sat on the beach right there, and we make a decision to stay here.
Really?
We came on vacation, and we decided to stay. Was
And that's
there,
all it took.
My little kid, my first kid, and my wife, we were watching the sunset, and we're like, we're not leaving.
Yeah.
We stay here, and we didn't. I mean, we've been here since. I have another 2 kids, so I have 3 boys, and I love Puerto Vallarta. I'm not going anywhere,
Yeah.
man.
How can you not be romantic about Puerto Vallarta? You know, it's one of the few remaining touristy beach vacation towns that don't really, at times, it still has that authentic Mexican
Yeah,
charm.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it really does. It really
Yeah.
does. But then it has all the necessities that you need. You know, we got the Costco and a lot of the familiarities of back home in the United States and Canada. It still has all those, but it still has that authentic
Yeah,
Mexican
yeah,
charm
yeah,
that you come to
exactly.
Mexico for.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
So it's great.
exactly. Yeah. Most of the people that I work with, like I told you before, before this video, I've been working in the boardwalk for more than 15 years every single day. I mean, so I enjoy so many sunsets. I met so many people from all over, not only U.S. and Canada, from Europe, Brazil, Guatemala. I mean, name it, everywhere. So I met so many people, and everybody is like so much in love with Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah.
And what makes the difference is the people. The people is very friendly, always trying to help. Of course, they want to sell you something, of course, right? But yeah, they try to help.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. And like you say, the food, it's incredible. Puerto Vallarta, it's one of the most well-known places for food because there's events that happen here in Puerto Vallarta, like the Festival Gourmet that is in November. And
The Taco Festival is Sunday.
yeah, there
Sunday.
you go.
This Sunday.
I found out about Justin love tacos. He knows more places for tacos than myself. So I'm jealous. Like I said, he's been telling me tacos that I haven't been there. And I will go there, man. Those
Yeah.
tacos sounds incredible. I love Mexican food. I love international food, but tacos is like the best for me, man.
And the other cool thing about Puerto Vallarta, now, if you get tired of Mexican food, and honestly, how could you, right? But you're right, there's international cuisine here. Where I lived in Versailles before, there were 2 French restaurants owned by people, a couple from France, right there that serve incredible, authentic French food. You know, there's great Italian restaurants. There's places that do very good smash burgers. You can get a great slice of pizza
love
here.
those.
You know, there's some really good food of all nationalities, not just Mexican food.
So basically, Mexico has it all.
Yeah.
Had the food, had the people, had the ocean, the mountains, right? And now the only thing that you need is to stop dreaming and make it happen. Come over to Puerto Vallarta, call me, let me know where you want to live, maybe in Zona Romantica, maybe in the marina, maybe where you live, right?
Yeah.
I can help you out to find the place of your dreams, right? And then we have the escrow company that can help us out, so you can get a house, you can get a condo, and I'm here to help. If you enjoyed this video, if you like it, please share it. Like I told you before, if you hate somebody, and you want to, give them a hard time, send the video so they can have a hard time.
Yeah.
But this video was made just for you to get a little bit more knowledge about escrow account, how this works, and a little bit more about Puerto Vallarta. If you like my videos, please subscribe, share it, and we will see you next week with a different video. Maybe Justin is not going to be there. Maybe he will, because we're going to go for tacos. All right, Justin, pleasure. Thank you very
man.
much for
Thank you
everything.
so much.
Really appreciate all your help. Thank you.
Can I throw in
Yes,
there
please.
how to?
Yeah.
If you guys need to reach me at all, you know, there's a few different ways. If you have any escrow questions, you can always give me a call. My WhatsApp, text, or phone. I still have my U.S. phone number, so it's
Please.
+1 757 846 0674. You can always email me. That's Justin, Justin, like Justin Bieber, at allianzescrow.com, and that's spelled ALIANZ escrow.com. Or one of the easier ways, find me on Instagram. Slide into my DMs. It's just PV Escrow. PV Escrow. That's it.
You will have all his information at the bottom of this video anyway, so don't worry
Yeah.
about it. To spell the whole thing, I'm going to put it right there so you can reach out to him and get all those questions that you have in your mind to be clear. And I'm going to put my information too, just in case. Thank you again.
Thank you, Neft.
See you next time.